Hello YouTube, it's my brother Gerald, and we're on a commercial building, and this is one of my illustrious projects that God has seen fit to bless me with. And I'm not quite done with this project, but I'm pretty close to having it done. And this is a heat pump unit that I installed here on the roof. I got to run my condensation lines here. I haven't finished that, but I do have my main power installed here. But one thing I wanted to show some of the technically minded gentlemen here is that on this particular unit, this is a 3-ton heat pump package unit. On this unit, if you look over here, I ended up purchasing a disconnect here. But as it turns out, this new design, they have a location for my circuit breakers, which would give me my on and off cutoff power built inside the package. So this cuts down all of this work of putting this disconnect, running the wires through this box into the unit to make our connections, as well as running everything down because I ended up having to run my power lines down in through here and basically out down here below. So I got my power feeds that are coming through the duct box here, and you can see we got a nice airtight seal around here. I ended up putting some spray foam to create a nice air positive connection to the unit and my ductwork, and then also make it weatherproof. So that's one good thing we got here, but I did it twice. And so on this side, I was able to put my platform right on top of the roof and anchor it, and then weatherproof it with some, special, ceiling paint here. But on this particular side, I ended up having to cut the roof open, and I had my buddy who's an engineer. He came by and showed me how to frame the roof in such a way as to properly support this unit, as well as the box that the unit is sitting on. After I did all of that, I set the factory's platform onto the roof, and then I ended up weatherproofing it, and I had to create some flashing. And if you kind of carefully look, you'll see this box here is sitting a little lower to the ground, and instead of having just one layer of flashing, like here you got a flashing here, you got another one here, and then you have the deck. Over there you just got one layer of a flashing or a drip edge, and then basically the metal box going down into the deck. So this one is setting a little low because like I said, I had to open up the roof, reframe it, and that same box that's here is the same exact box there. The only difference between this box and the one over there is that this box is setting a little more recess into the structure. So not only did I have to do that, but I have to go in and bring some flashings here for these drain pipes here. We're gonna have to get some flashing set up in for that. And what I'm doing right now is just kind of creating a little extra insurance seal before I bring my flashing in. We'll set the new metal flashings in and all of that. And this was the supply and return, or the return and supply for the old AC unit that was sitting on this platform here. So I ended up having to create some covers to seal that up, and this is like my first step. Once this stuff dries, then I'll come in and put some roof caulking around all these little gaps and these little spots here, as well as around these pipes that are going to remain. This pipe here is no longer used, so I'm going to cover that with a cap and leave some kind of indication to let whoever comes up here know that that's not a viable connection. It was going to be a lot of work for me to tear this thing off and out, so we just decided to leave it and abandon it. But if the inspector comes and he's basically tells me, hey, you got to pull this out, then we'll do that. But I'm going to go ahead and keep the camera running, and we're going to go down the ladder so you guys can see how everything looks on the inside. pretty proud of the work that I did, because even though I got my crew over here doing some other things, I ran all the duct work and I ran all of the plumbing. So here we go. I'm gonna see what's going on in here. See, this whole area, this ceiling was just totally raw and open, and we had like a partition separating this room into two halves. We cleared all of this out, and then we ran some new electrical. And so basically this room is divided into two equal halves. So here's the return box for my AC unit. And then we got another return box for the other AC unit. And then we have our supplies. One is over there, one is over there. Then we have another one over here. We have we got our tile guy. He came in and laid tile today. He's gonna come back tomorrow and clean up. And you can see we got a location for our water heater and a sink setup. And then we got another supply for AC there. So we got a lot of work here. And this is just one illustrious project that I have going on right now. I've got another one going on elsewhere. But hopefully we'll get this one done in the next 2 weeks. And here's my power coming down. I ended up installing an exhaust fan also, but these two wires here are my main drops for the power that services both of the AC units. It's a 40 amp condensing motor, and a 40 amp is going to require us to have a number 8 wire servicing the unit. So I gotta basically transition from this Romex to either flexible conduit, where it will bring this down through flexible conduit. I'm gonna set 2 junction boxes here, and then through those 2 junction boxes, we'll make our connection into the panel. And so we reconfigured, you probably can't see it in here, but we reconfigured this bathroom, or this room wasn't even in existence. We made these 2 rooms. And so we got a bathroom here, we got the floor drain, toilets over there in the far corner, and then to the left, you probably can't see it right now, is where we're gonna have our sink. Everything is gonna be handicap approved, or what they call ADA approved. So it's a wonderful blessing. And you know, these blessings here are thanks to that young man right there, and another young man who's sitting in the passenger seat, driver's seat, the van. So we got everything going on, and hopefully we be out of here, like I said, in about another 10 days, maybe 2 weeks tops. So peace to you all.